Yes.
Same size and
Yes.
Same sides
I
and
know.
same angles.
Same side, same shape, and same size. Okay. Then,
Yes.
if we want to
Okay.
talk about congruent triangles or congruent figure in general, this is called same shape and same size. Are the following pair of figures the same? Are the following pair of figures the same? They are the same.
Yes.
In front of you now. Are the following figures are the same? Yes. So the figures
Miss
have the
Which
same shape and the
They are
same
congruent.
size. They are called what? Congruent figures. So
Congruent.
Congruent
congruent figures
figures.
in general means same shape and same size.
Miss, I can see this figure.
You can see what?
The figure.
This figure, it's a triangle and it's two triangles. When we put the first one over the second one, they are the same shape and the same size. Oh, I didn't share the screen, guys.
You know,
No.
Miss, you are sharing it.
You are
لا
sharing it, but
شيء
Okay.
بس اللي هو في
it's
الماث
on math
warm up
But
too.
slide.
you can press
Yes.
on the
And you
second
didn't
slide.
change the slide.
Again, please. What did you say?
Best
Miss
you
Sahar,
didn't change it.
Triangles are congruent. So we have a properties. If two triangles have the same shape and the same size, they are called congruent figures, right? Then the two triangles in front of us now, for the congruent triangles A, B, C, and X, Y, Z. I'm trying to make general review about congruent figures and congruent triangles. So for the congruent triangles, the triangle ABC and the triangle XYZ, we have what? Which two sides they will be congruent and which two angles they will be congruent? Is there anyone can tell me? Okay, go
yes,
on.
I can.
Can I?
Okay, I will check who raising his hand. Yes, Mihad.
The AB equal XY.
B congruent with or equal XY. Yes. What else?
BC and YZ.
BC and YZ. Yes. And what else?
TAZX.
TA. What?
CA equals ZX.
TA equal ZX. Yes. And what's the angle which they are corresponding? Ahmed Magdi. Ahmed Magdi. Could you please tell me the angles
Yes.
which they will be congruent here? Which angles they will be congruent when we have the two sides are congruent, the two triangles are congruent. So which angles they will be congruent, yeah, Ahmed? Magdi,
Miss, I don't understand the question.
I'm sorry.
Can you say the question again?
Can I say the question again? You have in front of you now, we have two congruent triangles, right? So which two angles they will be congruent? Which two angles they will be congruent?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will move to someone else. Farah,
B.
Hmm.
Miss,
Farah.
I know.
Okay, go
Yes,
on,
I
Ahmed. Huh?
A and X.
Yes.
B, Y, C, Z.
Measure of angle A, it will be congruent with angle X, B congruent with Y, C congruent with Z. And please, ya Ahmed, being attention.
Okay.
Next. A and X and B and Y, C and Z are called what? Are called corresponding vertices, right? So if you will write A without any symbol before it, so this is called corresponding vertices. A and X, B and Y, C and Z, this is corresponding vertices. The sides AB with XY, AC with XZ, BC with YZ. This is called corresponding what? Corresponding sides. But if we will put the sine angle, so it will be angle A with angle X, angle B with angle Y, angle C with angle Z, it will be corresponding angles. So the properties of all congruent triangles as follows. All their corresponding angles are equal and all their corresponding sides are equal. Then if we can also write the triangle ABC congruent with the triangle YXZ. So BAC congruent with YXZ, not CBA with XYZ. Why we said here not? Why we didn't accept CBA with XYZ?
Can I
Salma,
answer?
Salma. Why we said that CBA is not with XYZ?
عشان هو مش نفس الترتيب.
Okay,
يعني المفروض
in English,
نفس
yes.
كانت المفروض
Okay, what else?
لها إيه؟
You said CBA with XYZ. We said it's not. You told me it's not the same arrange. So what do you mean by the not the same arrange?
I mean that it has then to be CPA is congruent with ZYX.
CBA congruent with ZYX. Agree with you. And here also we can say measure of angle C is not congruent with measure of angle X, right? Look at measure of angle C, we put a sign over C, it's not the same like X. For this reason, we said that CBA, it will be congruent with ZYX because C corresponding to what, Sama? Ya Salma? C congruent with
Z
A congruent with
X
and A and B congruent with Y.
Y.
Okay, for this reason we said not CBA with XYZ. Let's move to the next question. In case if we have two triangles already are congruent, okay, we want to find, and we have here, according to the properties of congruent triangles, you can find, please, the length of XZ, the length of XZ. Okay, يا جنى?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, حبيبتي. I'm looking for the length of XZ. He said that the triangle ABC congruent with the triangle XYZ. Okay,
so it's equal.
XZ.
It's congruent with AB, so 4.5.
Was congruent with what? XZ.
AB, right?
No, no.
XZ. It's equal 4 centimeter. It's
How?
congruent with AC.
Yes, yes, because XZ, it will be congruent with AC.
AB.
XZ,
AC,
it will be congruent with AC. So we will back to AC, it's 4 centimeters, then XZ, it will be equal 4 centimeters.
4 centimeters.
What is the measure of angle Y? What is the measure of angle Y? Abdullah. What is the measure of angle Y? Abdullah?
Yes, miss, 1 second.
What is the measure of angle Y? How we will calculate measure of angle Y?
It's 40, miss.
It's 40. Very good. Why? Why it's 40, Abdullah? From where do you know that the measure equal 40?
Because it's in, because it's congruent to B.
To B? Which one is congruent to B?
1 second.
Which angle congruent to B?
It's equal angle to B, sorry.
Then measure
Equal
of,
angle.
you mean that measure of angle Y congruent to measure of angle B because they are
Yes.
Corresponding. We said that the triangle ABC congruent with the triangle XYZ, then measure of angle B, it will be congruent with measure of angle Y. So this is how we can use properties of congruent to find the missing side. Okay, in this triangle, if the triangle of the figure ABC congruent with the figure BQR, find the unknown according to the properties of congruent triangles. So here in this one, already we have two congruent triangles. We are looking for the variable which is x, okay, and y. So we are looking for x and y. Farah Mahla. Farah,
Yes.
could you please tell me, honey, what is the length of x? What is the value of x? And tell me why.
It's 9 centimeters because
It's 9
it's
centimeters.
congruent to PR.
Yes, because it's congruent with BR. Yes, because we have two triangles are congruent. So once we have two triangles are congruent, then each two corresponding sides are congruent. So we have AC, AC. It will be congruent with PR. Then the answer, it will be equal 9 centimeters. What about Y? Y, Debolina.
It will be 30.
It will be equal
30.
40.
30.
Why? Why do you believe
30. 30.
30? Again, please.
She's saying 20.
30.
30?
Yes.
30. Why 30? Why 30? Did you look at the triangle? Huh?
No, it's 20. It's 20.
It's a 20.
Sorry.
Yes, 20. Why, Debolina? Why?
Because we'll subtract from 180.
We will subtract
180.
180. Very good. Then we will find measure of angle A equal
Equals 20.
Equal 20. And A corresponding to
Y. P.
P. Yes, and A corresponding to P. So if the first one is 20, so the second one should be equal 20. Thank you, Debolina. Laura.
Okay.
Laura.
Yes.
What is the value of Z, Laura? What is the value of Z?
QR equals BC.
Yes.
So it is 4 centimeters.
Very good. So QR equal BC. So the answer, it will be equal 4 centimeters. Thank you so much. Let's move to this part. We have in this one, we have a figure AB equal 5, AC equal 4, and BC equal 7, and the two triangles are congruent. Find quickly DE. It will be how many? DE. It will be corresponding with which part? Say quick.
No.
With DE. It will be with
AC.
AC.
AC. Right. So DE.
It's 4 centimeters.
It's 4 centimeters.
Equal 4 centimeters.
4 centimeters. What about EF?
EF equals BC.
Congruent with BC, which is 7
7 centimeters.
7 centimeters. Very good. What about DF?
DF is
equal to
congruent
AB.
with AB, which is 5 centimeters.
Which is 5 centimeters. Great, grade 9. Okay. We will check now the congruent. Let's see the following 5 conditions for congruent triangles. First, for any 2 triangles, we have 6 elements, right? We have 6 elements, which is 3 sides and 3 what?
3 sides and 3 angles.
And 3 angles, okay? So the first case which we studied together, it was side, 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 right? Which means each 2 corresponding sides are equal in length, so the 2 triangles are congruent. What else we studied? We studied side, angle, side. When we have 2 sides and included angle, then they should be congruent by using 2 sides and 1 included angle. Let's answer this question. Determine whether each of the following pairs of triangles are congruent and give the reason. Those 2 triangles in front of you now, they will be congruent or not, and tell me the reason. They will be congruent or not, and tell me the reason.
Miss Sahar, I know.
They are
Ya
congruent.
Farah, go on, Ya Farah.
The 2 triangles here, they are congruent, yes.
Each 2 corresponding sides are congruent, right? Which is AB congruent with EG, BC congruent with GF, and AC congruent with EF. right? So the two
Yes.
triangles are congruent. Thank you. By using side, side, side. If those two triangles are congruent now, those two triangles are congruent now, and which postulate? Crash? Crash?
Yes, miss.
Two triangles now are congruent, and which postulate?
Miss, which one?
Two triangles in front of you now. They will be congruent or not?
Yeah,
Yes. Why?
because they have SAS, side angle,
Because they have
because
two sides.
IJK,
Yes. We have two sides and included.
IJK,
Mhm.
yes.
Yes.
IJK equal MN.
equal M and L. IJK with M
Well,
and L. Thank you. So we have two sides and included angle. What else we studied before? What else we studied before? Which two cases? We studied angle, angle, side, and we studied what?
And angle, side angle.
And HL, right? So we have two,
Yes.
we have three, sorry, how many cases did we study till now?
Side.
And we studied angle, angle, side. What else?
And side angle.
Side, side angle, or side, angle, side, which two sides and included angle, right? And we
Yes.
studied angle,
We studied that's called
side, angle, which we have included side, and also we studied HL is hypotenuse and 1A and 1B, right?
right.
In our lesson today, we want to know only how we can use the properties to prove that the two figures are congruent. Okay? Then, in this quadrilateral or this parallelogram, which we have it in front of us, we have already this side parallel with this side, and we have this side equal to this side. Could you please prove that this is A, B, C, and D? Okay, prove that the two triangles are congruent. Or here, sorry, prove that in AB congruent with DC. So in the figure in front of you, we want to prove that AB congruent with DC. Prove that AB congruent with DC. Who didn't answer today? Sama. Sama, where are you? Sama.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now we can prove that AB congruent with DC, yes, Sama. We have to make what first?
AB congruent with DC.
Prove that AB congruent with DC. What is the given? He said that AD parallel with BC, right? And he put a sign here. We have to translate the sign. And he said that AD equal to BC. So how we will prove that this triangle or those two triangles are congruent? We will use properties of congruence. You will work with which two triangles?
AB also is parallel to DC.
He didn't say. He didn't say. He said that AD parallel with BC, and he said that AD equal to BC, and he want to prove that AB equal DC. How we will prove that AD equal DC, Yasama? How we will prove?
First, triangle ABC.
The triangle
is,
ABC Emma, let
I
me
don't
say
want to say
something.
congruent.
Let me say something, honey. Why did he give us AD parallel with BC? Why did he give us AD parallel with DC? You can use it for something? This is the transversal
Yes.
between them, right? Okay, this is the transversal.
Yes,
Then,
reflexive.
okay, reflexive side. But because AD parallel with BC, anyone can tell us? When he give us AD parallel with BC, and we have AC as a transversal. So, two lines.
So the third two lines are equal, so the third is equal.
No, I'm not talking about the lines. I'm talking about this line.
Triangle, it will be alternate.
Yes, exactly. So we have alternate interior angles. Did you see? Did you see? Alternate interior angles. Then we will say that measure of angle A, right? It will be equal to measure of angle
ACB.
No, I can't say A, I'm sorry. It will be measure of angle DAC equal to measure of angle ACD. So, alternate interior angle. So we can say in two triangle ADC and the triangle CBA, we have AD congruent with BC. Measure of angle DAC equal measure of angle ACB. And AC is a reflexive side. Then the two triangles are congruent. As a result of congruency, it will be
AD will equal DC.
Will be equal DC. Understood, Sama? 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 Understood this point here, Sama?
Yes, miss.
Then how we will prove that the two sides are equal? We have to prove that the two triangles are congruent first, and then as a result, we will find that the lengths of the side are equal. Okay, let me give you another question. I have two triangles now. We put the sign like this. It's in your workbook, page 78. It's in your workbook, page 78. And this is C, question number 13. And this is B.
Miss, can you say the page again?
The page 78, question number 13. This is D, and this is A.
Miss, can I answer?
Okay. What he wants from us here in this question?
He wants us to prove DP equals CP.
Congruent with CB, yes. So he wants to prove that DB congruent with BC, right? CB.
Yeah.
How you will prove it here, Yusuf?
Because it's vertical.
Yes, very good. So we have in this one, we have vertical angles. We have two lines intersect. So we have vertical angles here. Did you see?
Yeah.
So we have vertical angles. Okay, and after that, yeah, Yusuf.
Okay.
Triangles we can work with. Which two triangles? We will prove that they are congruent.
Which two triangles?
Triangle what? Which you are going to work with?
ADP.
ADB. Okay, triangle ADB. And which triangle? You said ADB. Then it should be?
And the other triangle BCE.
No, listen. You said the triangle ADB. Then you have to look for the angle which is corresponding to A. which one it will be corresponding to A? It should be E, right? So it will
Yes.
be ECB.
B.
ECB.
B.
Okay. Which conditions we are going to use?
Which condition?
The condition which we will use it to prove that the triangle ADB congruent with the triangle ACB. Which condition we will use?
You mean it will be like any SS or SAS?
No, I'm looking for the side or the angle which they are congruent in front of you in the figure. We said that we will use, for example, you have AB. Is there anyone can help us? AB.
Can I try?
Yes, please. AB, it will be equal.
AB equal BE.
CB, it will be CB.
Yes, just a second. So we have AB with EB. This is already, he gave it to us. What else he told us? He said angle what?
Miss, can I say?
Yes. Angle D with what?
Angle A.
We can say angle ADB or angle D. What?
Angle C. Angle C.
Angle C.
With angle C. What is the third one, Yaritaj? Huh? Angle?
Angle, 1 minute. BE.
No, angle should be by 3 letters because B is common. So it will be angle
ADB. ABD.
ABD with angle?
CEB. Or CBE.
Wait,
CB.
wait. You see, A corresponding to E, right? Then we will say angle DBC. Sorry,
EBC.
EBC, right? Then the two triangles now are congruent by which postulate? By which postulate?
Can I say?
Yes.
Side angle.
Side
SAA.
angle. Yes. Side angle.
And I want to add something.
Yes, sure.
Angle ABC congruent with angle EBC because they are vertical.
Yes, very good. So angle ABD with angle EBC. What is the reason? Because it's vertically opposite angle. We said before, once we have two intersecting lines, then we have vertical angles. Okay, then by this
Miss,
way,
also they are alternate interior angles.
no, we don't have parallel, ya Farah, here. Farah, it should be parallel. Did you see the figure at the top in the right hand, in your right hand here? Did you see this figure?
Yes.
See? I put a sign,
parallel.
so this sign means that they are parallel. But in this question, he didn't put a sign to say that they are parallel. Okay, so once we have parallel, we will say that they are congruent by using which postulate according to the condition which he will give it to us. Okay. Also, you will find in this lesson how we can prove that the two triangles are congruent by using distance formula. Then in your workbook, page 77, the question will say, use the vertices of the triangle ABC and question number 9. I'm talking about question number 9. Use the vertices of the triangle ABC and the triangle DEF to show that angle A congruent with angle D. In this question,
this is which question?
Question 9 in our workbook, page 77. Okay, so he wants to prove or to show that angle A congruent with angle D. How you will prove? First, you have to prove that the two triangles are congruent by using a distance formula because we have order pair here, right? So who will remind me about the distance formula?
I can say it, Miss Sahar.
Okay, please.
I can say it.
Okay, Farah?
Okay, square root, it will be square root y2 minus y1.
Yes, very good.
Plus square root x2 minus x1.
x2 minus x1. So in workbook page 77, question number 9, we have to use the distance formula. So the distance formula is x2 minus x1 all to the power of 2 plus y2 minus y1 all to the power of 2. Then in this lesson, as I said before, we will use all the properties of congruent or the cases of congruent triangles to use it to prove the missing part in y1 all to the power of 2 to prove to use it in any two congruent triangles. So at the end, we have to prove first that the two triangles are congruent, and then you will go to prove the question in your, sorry, the answer for your question. In page 76, you have some question to say, yes, they are congruent by using which postulate, or no, it is not congruent. So if you can find